Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing out. How y'all doing? With a special guest. I'm with him 500.
In the building, man. I appreciate you having me. So
I appreciate you coming, man. For real.
Most definitely.
So, how's Houston been treating you so far?
Man, Houston been good. I came out for Larry Morrill birthday weekend, so today we connected. Wall Street, Wallow, Alex, 19 Keys, Super, Black. So it's just a lot of us got together, and really just got to embrace the culture of Houston. So it's definitely been a vibe.
I usually ask all my guests like how they got started, like briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get like a little brief summary, like how you got like out of California and all that? Just a little bit.
Yeah. So in business, I got started, right out. I got my real estate license at 18.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my real estate license when I was 18 and born and raised in Stockton, California. And from there, the market crashed. That was 2006. So by the time 2008 came, the market crashed. Got a whole new reality check. But, when you get a taste of something and exposure, you can never forget it. You know what I mean? You can never replace the things that you got exposed to in the experience. So there's no way I could ever go back to looking to work a job or work a 9 to 5 once you see a $10,000 check. So from there, it's just been my journey, and I've been building ever since.
I always ask my guests, like, would you be mad if your kids didn't want to be an entrepreneur? They just wanted like to have a 9 to 5. Would that be cool?
No, I wouldn't be mad at nothing my children want to do. I went on a journey for myself. So the things that I desire and the things that are my passion is my passion. I want my kids to be productive. I want my kids to be good, upstanding citizens, and I want my kids to be happy. I want them to do things that they love. I don't want them to do things based off of money. And that's I overcame that battle. I overcame that bridge. So we ain't got to worry about the money no more. Let's just enjoy life. Let's enjoy doing things out of passion, out of love, and just be mature about the decisions that you make to enjoy your life and really grow. You know what I mean? So it's not about entrepreneurship. If they wanted to work a 9 to 5, if they wanted to be a backpacker across Europe, if that's what it is that you wanted to do, let's just make it make sense.
Y'all got an event coming up, like Circle CEOs?
Nah, I got an event coming up July 9th. I got Madison Square Garden. So I'm doing Madison Square Garden July 9th, New York City. It's a recession-proof convention. It's the 5th year. So we're doing Madison Square Garden, New York this year.
Who y'all having this year? Last year y'all had Mike Tyson, right? Y'all had Mike Tyson.
I had Mike Tyson. I had Magic Johnson. Drink Champs was there. 19 Keys. Ian Dunlap. You name it. Like everybody was there. Myron Goldman. So it was an all-star lineup last year. And this year we're going bigger.
Who y'all having this year?
Hey, listen, you got to stay tuned. That's one of them things. Listen, you got to really stay tuned to find out who coming on that one.
That's cool. Magic gonna be there?
We already did it. Lightning don't strike twice in the same place. That's one thing that I stand on. So you have a
completely
It's always gonna be different. It's always gonna be different. And even the way that the event runs is gonna be different.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
The jet play, like, was that like a tax write-off, or you just always wanted to do that?
It was multiple things. So it wasn't just the tax benefit was super beneficial, but I always used to see, like I always say, I always seen, the rappers. I used to see Meek Mill on a jet, and I used to just want to know what it felt like. And I started, when I got on a jet, I got to experience it, and I liked it. But it also was great for marketing. A lot of people wanted to experience it. So, I started helping other people get on jets. I would do masterminds and we'd get on a private jet. I would take my mentees on private jets, and getting into the industry, getting on a jet, you spending money in that industry, I will hope you learn it. You know what I mean? Like if you spend $1 million on clothes, $100,000 on clothes, like I hope you learn the industry and how it works in some way, make it beneficial for yourself. So I found a way to make it beneficial for myself by partnering with a jet broker, and having ownership in a jet brokerage. So when I bought the plane, not only was it a tax write-off, it was also a strategic business move. So now I can broker planes and everybody sees me for owning a jet. You know, I know that was going to get a lot of traction, but you know, my jet can only travel so much. My plane could only do so much, but the brokerage, you know, helps broker over 200 planes. So I'm like, yo, with the traffic I can bring, it's a bigger, play here when it comes to business. And so I developed multiple streams of income off of it, as well as was a tax write-off.
The acres of land you bought over there, do you plan on buying any acres anywhere else?
Of course, you know, we're gonna continuously invest in real estate. It's just one of the places we can park our money. But when me and Trap bought the 40 acres Asset Island, you know, that was something because we're learning agriculture. So we really been studying that and studying the land and studying the things that we can do when it comes to like farming. And it's so much that go on with like black farmers that I was unaware of. Like I'm a city boy. So this was like something new for me. And looking at how we can, you know, create different streams of income out in that arena when it comes to owning land, when it comes to agriculture, when it comes to farming, when it comes to animals, right? As well as take what we already do to Asset Island. So we'll be doing retreats. So we'll be talking about business because we already educate, but now we can educate on, you know, agriculture and owning land and things like that.
I always ask my guests that are married, like how has your wife like impacted your life like as an entrepreneur and just like with everything?
She ain't impacted. It's a thing that we did it. It's just, it impacted us. You know what I mean? Is a better question. Be like, yo, how did entrepreneurship impact y'all? Right? Because everything that came with entrepreneurship impacted both of us. Like everything that, whether it was a up, whether it was a down, it was something that we had to go through together. So when I look at things about, you know, as our business grew and I had to start traveling more, that's something that entrepreneurship brought that we had to learn to adapt to. And so one thing I say is that anything that come in business and in your relationship, the relationship is first. You know, my children, you know, come from my relationship. You know what I mean? And so it's our relationship. It's how my children impact us. It's how entrepreneurship impact us and how we deal with it. So when you're in a relationship, when you married, you always look at things. I always tend to look at things that, how are we going to deal with this? How does this come to us? You know what I mean? So, and hopefully this answer to the question is that it's just one of the things that we took on, you know what I mean? And it just helped us grow in our relationship and became a part of our relationship.
Okay. What do you see yourself in the next like 5 years?
The next 5 years, honestly, just continues to build, like continuing to build, really going international, expanding into different countries and looking at what the world has to offer, getting the most out of the world, exposing my community to like, yo, it's a bigger world. It's more than the community we used to. It's more than the culture we used to. It's more than the government that we used to. You know, we live in the United States, so it's a lot more outside. When you start traveling, you start to see like the things that are the norm to us is not the norm to everybody else. We got pros and we have cons here. It's pros and there's cons in every other country and culture around the world. And I just want to get diverse and really be able to understand those and understand, like, as a businessman, you know, how can I do business? How can I expose my community to understand, like, hey, it's a lot of opportunities out here that we can take advantage of, especially with the pros that we have in America, and take those international. So that's really my biggest goal, is to really, you know, create international expansion. You plan on living in another country besides the U.S.? Yeah, I'm looking at Dubai and Saudi Arabia.
Well, why Dubai and Saudi Arabia?
So many benefits and perks. What I look at is that now I'm into a point where I'm studying the world and I'm becoming, you know, a student of the world. And you start to look at how countries develop. And if I look at, like, if I break it down and say, yo, if you want to develop your brand, you got to invest into it. I look at countries and say, hey, countries want to develop and they want to grow their footprint. They got to invest into it. So in order for you to invest in a business, some businesses can grow from $100 shout out page just because they got nothing. Some businesses, in order to invest in it, it may take 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million. The same thing goes with countries. So you look and say, yo, if a country wants to expand, how much money do they got to spend? How many hundreds of millions, how many billions do they have to spend to expand and grow their footprint? Well, if I know that now and I can see it, and I start to look at what countries plan on expanding, well, position yourself in those countries to be part of that expansion. And if it's $1 billion coming through, you know, if you catch a you catch a branch off that tree, you end up with 100 million. So that's realistically what I'm looking at now when it comes to growing and kind of expanding, you know, my business and everything that I'm building.
Is there anything else coming up besides your event you want to promote?
Nah, honestly, right now I got on the 22nd of January, me and Grant Cardone partnered, and we actually creating bring a recession-proof 10X to one stage, and we're gonna be talking about ways to like set your foundation of business, set the foundation of, you know, what your foundation needs to look like when you want to grow, what the foundation needs to look like for you to realistically be recession-proof, what the foundation needs to look like for you to 10X your business. So that's really where we I'm pushing to right now, is that working at getting people involved to just come and hear from two different aspects. Like I've been able to do great on my side, leveraging credit, building businesses, like he's been able to do when it comes to real estate, you know what I mean, and education. So we both stand on education, but you know, I take entrepreneurs down the path of starting different businesses. He take entrepreneurs down the path of investing in real estate. And I just want to bridge those two together. So I'm super excited about that. I think that's going to be major.
Besides the acres, do you plan on like buying houses or skyscrapers or anything like that?
No, I plan on buying cities and islands. So, oh man, laugh. Why you laugh, man?
What island, like specific, like any specific island you plan on getting?
I can't make this up. Like I can't make this up. Like literally, as I'm pulling up to come talk to you, right? I'm gonna show you. So it's no cap. You asked a question. It wasn't something. So I'm telling it here with you.
Cool.
I got a message that came through. I just checked today, and you can read it and see what it say and at what time it came through. Came to at what time?
308.
What is for?
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. Yep.
Yeah. 500,000.
Yeah. For what?
2.5 acres. So you gonna get it?
What is it? What is it though?
It's an island. It's an island.
It's an island. Yeah. So literally, somebody just sent me an island today. That's the conversations we in, is looking at islands. Like it's like, yo, what can I do outside the box? What can I do that's different? You know what I mean? And figure out ways to just learn things that I'm not exposed to. Everybody talk about. I understand the real estate play, buy, hold, fix, flip, wholesale. I've done that. You know what I mean? I'm invested in that, but I want to go bigger, and I want to play a world game. I don't want to play a United States game. I don't want to play a Midwest market. You know, I got properties in Cleveland. I got properties in Atlanta. I want to figure out how to play a world game. So if I'm going to play a world game, I look at every single aspect. Like, how can I acquire a city? What does that need to look like to develop a city? How do funding cities go? How does that operate? So I had a brief conversation today about that topic, about how do we fund cities? People plan on building a new Black Wall Street in certain cities, and we're just looking at how do we fund them? You know what I mean? Like, do we go in and, you know, rehabilitate a city and that already has skyscrapers and buildings in it, and we just build there and make it a hub? Or do we go buy a city and, you know, turn it up and create our own? Like, you know, I think I'm a living example with the recession-proof shirt you got on now, is we can build and create whatever we set our mind to. So for me to be able to build 27 chapters across the United States, build a community with over 10,000 now, with the merger that we did is over 20,000 members in our community. You know, I think I can build a city, you know, collectively with the resources and relationships I have. I think I can probably build a city out. And that's one of the goals, and one of the things I plan on working on is that, of course, real estate, but you know, it's always going to be a next level to it.
Well, I'm gonna end it right there. I'm gonna ask you an either or question.
Okay.
I'm gonna end it right there. Flips or rentals?
Rentals.
Rentals. Rental property or Airbnb?
Rental property.
Stocks or NFTs?
Stocks. NFTs fake.
Stocks or crypto?
Stocks. Crypto suck.
Earn your leisure or sleepers for suckers?
Earn your leisure. Earn your leisure University. $97 a month. Y'all can tap in over 27 different chapters. Live coaching calls, 5 days out the week. It's just an unbeatable situation and environment over there.
Money or equity?
Money or equity?
Yeah.
Equity.
2 million followers or an acre of land?
2 million followers.
$850 credit score, $1 million.
850 credit score.
50 credit score. Business account or regular checking account?
Business.
LLC or S corp?
S corp.
Oh, can we talk about before we go when you was talking to the voice? You was talking about firing your mama. What can you explain that like in detail before we go?
That was an analogy, right? And that was an analogy. I got smoke behind that too. Like my mom was like, what? But that was an analogy because they asked who should be your first hire.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask that question like, yo, who should I hire first? And I tell people, a lot of times we build a business and we build it based around people we know or we comfortable with. You know what I mean? And you asking people to do things that, oh man, that's my homeboy. He could work my cameras.
Yeah.
Oh bro, you used to take pictures. So can you be my videographer? Like, nah, he took pictures. He's not a videographer. So we put people in positions that they're not qualified to. We put them in that position out of convenience because we don't want to go further. We don't want to go look for the proper employees. So as I built my company out now to have over 25 employees, what I look at is that I've now learned what it takes to hire people and the difference. When you hire somebody who is proficient and efficient at what they do, they take your business to a next level. And so at that point you realize like, yo, I said fire your mom. Why? It was polarizing. You see, you remembered it. And so it's like, yo, fire your mom. Why? Because people always ask their mom for help. Right? Especially growing up a young man, like all I had was my mom. So we asked our mom for help. They work in our business, but you realize is that we put people in our business that shouldn't be there because we didn't take the time and the due diligence to learn what a business should look like. We want to jump into entrepreneurship, but we don't want to be a business owner. We just want to make money. And so I just encourage people to really start businesses and really go out and build a business and learn the principles of hiring, firing, and how to really build a team out, not based off of, oh man, you available and I think you should help me. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people get discouraged and they get turned off in business because they depend on their inner circle. They depend on their warm audience to support them. And I tell people, listen, I don't give a fuck how popular you is. If you're the most popular person in your city, 600 to 1,000 people. It's billions of people on this world, on this planet. So you mean to tell me you basing your business, you basing your livelihood, you basing your kids' future off this little bit amount of people that you know? You crazy. Ain't no way I'm gonna ever succeed like that. So I don't base my business, I don't base, my income, I don't base nothing off the people I know. I realize that it's a whole bunch of people who need to know about me, that need to learn about me, who need to learn what I offer. And I want to go and find the most creative ways to get in front of the people who don't know me. So that's how I really grow my business. And it's never based off of the people I know. Oh man, I know so-and-so, he do this, let me go hire. Nope. I'm going to look for people who are looking for employment. I'm going to look for people who are looking for jobs in this field, and I'm going to interview you, and you got to be the best candidate. And I'm going to constantly interview because somebody is coming for your spot. So if you don't stay on your job and stay on your square, then you out the door. So, and that's just a key way to build your business. Is business is never personal.
Did you have to fire a lot of family members?
Yep.
That's one of the reasons why you left Cali too?
Nah, I didn't have a business when I left Cali. I was, in entrepreneurship. But what happened is that you give opportunities. It's a cycle. Everybody comes through, but in life you realize is that people may be a part of your business, they may not. And with family is that you got to separate it. They always have a place in your life. That don't mean they always have to have a place in your business. And you got to always realize how to separate the two and maintain that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, man.
Most definitely. It's love, boss. That's all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, let's